guess social media is one of those things that's pretty essential for being in a band or almost doing anything nowadays. Like, it's like pretty important to have this, I guess, social presence, which to me is both like, I understand it, but it's also really weird. Just because it's like, I don't know, you're kind of presenting this idea of yourself, it's this idea of what your life is like, and it's not always like that. You're sometimes just picking the good moments, which, you know, it's not all rosy. So for that, it's, yeah, I understand it completely, and, you know, for me, I like to just be an idiot on social media. Like, as of late, my Instagram has just been me just doing stupid things. Because in the end, I'd rather like just have people laugh as opposed to just thinking, oh, look at that, that's cool. I don't know. I'm one who really likes just laughing a lot. So, but I guess as well, I guess social media has made it very easy for people to, I guess, share their opinions, which is both good and bad as well. Which, you know, for us, we've experienced it a lot. Just people, you know, thinking they know better. Which, you know, everyone is allowed to have their opinion, but it's just crazy the I don't know. It's almost entitlement when it comes to you know, our music or I don't know. I don't want to get too into it because it's pretty yeah, whatever. But in the end, it's something I guess you gotta just let slide, because in the end, you know, there might be all these people talking trash, but we get to do all this awesome stuff, and it doesn't really change that. So I guess for that, you gotta kind of let it slide. I don't know. I think we're in a weird point in time at the moment where, like, I think there are a lot of forward-thinking people out there now, but then there's also a lot of I don't know, awful people still that are making a lot of noise. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to, I guess, go into anything too particular, but I feel like, yeah, it's both in the age of like just acceptance of anyone just doing what they'd like to do, but then there are still these people who are kind of very close-minded and want it their way, whether that be, you know, the rich or people who are, you know, homophobic or anything like that. Like, I think we're in a crazy time, but I think there are a lot of people speaking out and wanting to be a bit more passionate about you know, speaking up about that stuff, which is interesting.
Germany legalised same-sex marriages today.
Yesterday?
Was it yesterday? Today?
Today?
It was today.
Oh wow!
Maybe yesterday.
That's outrageous. That's awesome.
I actually thought they'd done it.
Yeah. It's I think we're still a long way off in Australia, unfortunately, but yeah, it's so good to see so many countries and people just slowly, yeah, getting there. I think there are a lot of good people slowly kind of just accepting it.
There's a particular one with obviously Australian music, which is in fact Midnight Oil, so it did the whole politics thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just reformed. How much has that influenced? I mean, I remember Midnight Oil from back in the day, thinking that kind of thing was cool, but I don't know how durable that's been.
Yeah, well, that's a bit of a strange one. Just like, I'm sure you know Peter Garrett was in politics for a little while. And it shows like how hard it is for someone to jump into that and be able to make a difference. Yeah. Like, it's not just the president or the prime minister or anyone like that calling the shots. It's, you know, all of these people and all of these, you know, businesses or whatever it may be that kind of have this weird influence over politics, and it's yeah, it's pretty weird. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one because, yeah, I don't want to get too political.
No,
I do have a lot of opinions, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. It hasn't been like, yeah, for me, Midnight Oil wasn't necessarily, I don't know, for me it felt weird because it just felt like they kind of were so passionate about this, and then once Peter Garrett got into Parliament, it was just like he couldn't do anything, and he kind of started suffering for it.
How much do you have to do self-censorship? Because with your own particular views, how much do you hold back on expressing them in a wider field because of the fan base, the risk of alienating people?
Like, I think we're all pretty open, and we're very much on the same page as a band about a lot of this stuff. And I guess when it comes to like say homophobia or anything like along those lines, racism, anything like that, we don't care about that. We'll always talk about that because that's just being a human being, I guess. But for politics, you know, it's how you're brought up. It's your family. It's where you live. There's so many factors that come into it that have influenced people that you can't just judge them initially off that. Like, I've met so many people who, you know, might not share the same views that we do, but they're still lovely people. They just might have these one or two things that they say that's a bit out there. But you kind of have to be a bit open with it. I guess for us, we just always want to keep growing, and I guess have as many people hear our music and hear what we have to say as possible. I don't know, it's hard to say because you don't want to be too eager and expect something to happen, or you know, want something to happen and not quite follow through. And still for me, I'm not sure if I mentioned it last time, but everything we do since I've joined has just been it keeps going up another level. So I always just feel very grateful for what we get to do. Yeah, but for me, I guess it's just, you know, just keeping on moving forward and moving up, and hoping people are connecting with it the same way we are.